Ladies and gentlemen, if you could all return to your seats, we're going to go ahead and begin. If the silver anniversary team members that are not up at the head table could please return and are induct. Thank you. Thank you once again. We're going to go ahead and begin the awards portion of the banquet. I know some of you over here are having a hard time hearing. Is it any better now? Does that mean yes? Okay. Thank you. We are so excited to celebrate tonight with our honorees and their families and friends. Before we start tonight's celebration, I want to take a few moments and welcome our special guests in attendance. Tonight we have Elizabeth Graham from Triton Central High School, Maya King from Alexandria Monroe High School. They are the recipients of the Hall of Fame's Gifts of the Game Scholarship. If our scholarship winners would please stand and be recognized. Thank you. We are also honored to have some former Miss Basketballs joining us this evening. Over there, I see the woman who started it all, Indiana's first Miss Basketball, Judy Warren. If she could please stand up. I'm not going to say it, Judy, don't worry. On the stage, we have the 1997 Miss Basketball, Lisa Shepard-Sidham. If you could stand up, please. And the 1998 Miss Basketball, Kelly Kamara. If we have any other Miss Basketball in the audience that I have missed, please stand up and be recognized. If not, hey, maybe were you Miss Basketball? No, she was not. She was awesome. She's a doctor though. Oh, talking about babies. Okay. I'm also privileged to welcome all current Hall of Fame inductees joining tonight's celebration in person and via our live stream. If you are in attendance tonight, please stand to be recognized. Hall of Fame inductees. There are many people who have worked tirelessly to make this event a reality. I would like to highlight Mark Baltz, the president, and Donna Sullivan, the executive vice president of the Hall of Fame. We are thankful for your support, your leadership of the Women's Advisory Committee and the Women's Banquet Committee. We would not be here tonight without you. So thank you both very much. Matt Martin, the executive director at the Hall of Fame. Kayla Kessler, the assistant director. Cheryl Benton, the operations coordinator. Trip Lukmeyer, the development director at the Hall of Fame. And Noah Dahlquist, the Hall of Fame's publications coordinator. We are eternally grateful for your hard work and dedication to ensure our honorees tonight receive the recognition and celebration they deserve. Thank you. I personally would like to thank all the women and men in the Women's Banquet Committee who volunteered their time over the last 8 months to help us celebrate all the honorees and inductees here tonight. Would you please stand up and be recognized? Thank you. Everyone enjoyed the pre-dinner music tonight. It was wonderful. We are lucky to have members of the string quartet from Center Grove High School performing for us. Please join me in thanking McKenna Luffs, Hunter Petkovich, Riel Patel, and Lely Spite for tonight's performance. Once again, we are also grateful for Alexandria Werner and her beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you all. I would also like to take a moment and thank our corporate partners, Raymond James, the Indiana Pacers, the Indiana Fever, the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association, the IHSAA, Citizens State Bank, Henry Community Health, Jostens, and Shepherd Insurance. Finally, I would like to thank Marianne Sullivan and the staff at Primo's for the service they are providing tonight. Thank you. Earlier this afternoon, there was a reception honoring the inductees, the Silver Anniversary team, the Center Circle official honorees, and the state championship teams at the Hall of Fame Museum. If all of you enjoyed your time there and are interested in supporting the Hall of Fame or would like to become more involved with the Hall of Fame, please consider joining our membership roll. For more detailed information, see page 11 in the program book. Also, at each table, you will find some free Hall of Fame materials for you to take home. Tonight is all about celebrating. What better way than to honor these amazing individuals sitting up here? Let's capture some magical moments. Mark Bolts is the recipient of the 2022 Silver Medal Award for contributions to Indiana basketball, other than as an Indiana high school player, Indiana high school coach. He officiated Indiana high school basketball for 43 years, as well as officiating other sports for 50 years. Mark was the 2005 recipient of the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the National Federation Officials Association Basketball Official of the Year, the 2011 recipient of the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association Roy Gardner Award, and the 2013 recipient of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame Center Circle Officials Award. Mark has worked 38 sectionals, 26 regionals, 6 semi-states, 3 boys basketball state finals. His officiating career also includes 15 seasons in men's college basketball, 13 seasons in women's college basketball. Mark is known for his football officiating career. He is a retired National Football League head linesman of 25 years and the recipient of the 2021 National Football League Referees Association Referee of the Year Award. A 1966 graduate of Lancaster, Ohio High School and a 1970 graduate of Ohio University. He is a lifetime member and past president of the Indiana Officials Association and a lifetime member and our current president of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. He and his wife, Nikki, reside in Zionsville. It is my pleasure to introduce Mark Bolts, our Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame president, to begin the awards portion of the evening. Mark.
Please give Melissa a nice round of applause for that introduction. I told her I would do that if she read the introduction pretty much like I wrote it. So as life and officiating, we try to start with a level playing field at the beginning of the game and maintain peace throughout. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the next hour or two as we honor all the great people in attendance this evening. And for the sake of brevity and due to the length of this evening's program, I would simply also like to welcome you here this evening, this last Saturday of April, for this women's banquet of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. My 2-year term is rapidly coming to a close, and as I've already told many people today in Newcastle and here this evening, it seems like I just got started yesterday because it's been a busy time having to replace long executive director Chris May after 13 years, and we replaced him with the fabulous Matt Martin, the former athletic director at Knightstown. We've added Trip Lukemeyer to the staff as our development director, and he will be leaving us effective Monday and becoming the director of the foundation of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. So we will have our work cut out for us trying to find another replacement for Trip, who has done a fabulous job with our foundation since coming on board just about a year ago. We also have Noah Dahlquist, a new addition in charge of all of our publications going forward, and a lot of other graphic design work and things that he brings to the table. He brought them to us as the former manager of the office at the Indianapolis 500 Motor Speedway Museum. So we're happy to have Noah on board as well, along with Kayla and Cheryl, as Melissa mentioned. So the chores never end in Newcastle. Those of you that joined us there today hopefully like what you saw. We just finished a remodeling project of a couple of $100,000, and we're ready to move into our expansion phase later this summer, early fall, which should take about a year to complete, roughly increasing the facility over there a third more in size. Believe it or not, we have more memorabilia in hiding over there that you did not see today than we have on display. So there's need for much more space, thanks to some fundraising efforts and the efforts of the Henry County Food and Beverage Council. We've been able to do this addition to our facility, and we're all excited about getting that ball rolling as well. Our staff in Newcastle is irreplaceable, and they keep the place running, and it's just made my job as president and all the other people that serve on my executive committee and our board members. It makes our job easy running the day-to-day operations through our executive committee, because the people over there, including our volunteers, of which there are over 50 in Newcastle and Henry County, that work religiously day in and day out to help keep the doors open and welcome you people to Newcastle. So we thank them for all of their efforts. That's really enough for me tonight to say welcome. And again, we're happy you're here. This, I believe, Donna said, was the second largest women's banquet crowd we've had. So kudos to the Women's Committee, all of their efforts in bringing this about. Donna and all the women on that committee have done just a tremendous job to bring this evening to you this evening. And I just hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy it as we honor all these wonderful people who have distinguished themselves in their careers, and we will honor here this evening. So thank you for your attention, and thank you for being here. At every banquet, both men's and women's, the president gives away his annual President's Award to both on the men's side and on the women's side. Many very deserving people have received the President's Award over the years for their contributions to our Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Last year, I was fortunate enough to be able to present my initial award to Judy Warren, just previously mentioned. Melissa did not say or said she would not make a joke, but I didn't see Judy when she stood up because she didn't stand on her stool. But anyway, Judy just doesn't quit. She's a tremendous help to Donna and that entire committee. She and approximately a dozen women have really stepped up to the plate and done a tremendous job of these last few years in helping to drastically improve this banquet. And Donna is excited, I know, to to take over for me at the end of June, and we're looking forward to having her serve as our first woman president of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Prior to Judy's reception of the award, my former president here, Jerry Pearson, bestowed this award to Associate Director Kayla Kessler several years ago for all of her efforts as a vital member of our great staff in Newcastle. The Basketball Hall of Fame is run day to day by those great people over there. My recipient this year is a lady who came on board several years ago to that staff and serves as the all-important operations director of our Hall of Fame. She purchases all the merchandise that is handled in our gift shop, and she's responsible for keeping us in stock with great up-to-date merchandise. And thanks to many of you who were in Newcastle earlier today, you were able to take advantage of her hard work, and we thank you for all your purchases of our Hall of Fame gear for this memorable weekend. She's usually the smiling face behind the counter over there as she greets the customers. Many of you saw her today, but she was running around doing a lot of other tasks as well that she has there in Newcastle. She is also in charge of working with and scheduling all of our volunteers. Like I've said before, we can't do it without the volunteers, and the volunteers have to have a scheduler and a leader. And our recipient this evening does that with great efficiency. Many of the details that relate to our Hall of Fame Classic every December fall into her hopper. Probably most important, though, is her valuable work with the Hall of Fame financials. If you want any money out of the Hall of Fame, you got to talk to her. And she's a tough cookie, let me tell you. Without any further ado, and hopefully she started to work her way up here since I haven't introduced her yet, but she knows who she is. Please help me honor my 2023 Women's President's Award to the wonderful and unselfish Mrs. Cheryl Betton. Cheryl. Okay, Melissa, back to you.
Good evening. If you look at your program, I know you're expecting Terry Magnuson to be up here, and Terry has not made any changes. It's just that Teresa Wins, that's me, is making this presentation. Terry will assist me in handing out the plaques. Each year, the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame recognizes those who have made an outstanding contribution to Indiana High School Basketball Association as an official with the Center Circle Officials Award. Up to 2 living candidates and 1 deceased candidate may be recognized each year for their work in girls basketball. Recipients must be nominated and have displayed a long, dedicated, and decorated career of working Indiana high school games, as both of tonight's recipients have done. Again, assisting with the presentation of plaques tonight is previous Center Circle Official Award recipient Terry Magnuson. The first person that we will recognize is Greg Reese. Greg is a graduate of Newcastle High School, where he was a member of the tennis team. He attended Ball State University, where he earned a degree in math and computer science. His officiating career has included over 35 girls sectionals, 28 regionals, 7 semi-states, and 3 state final assignments in 2005, 2010, and 2013. He has an extensive boys basketball officiating career as well, and he has worked the Hall of Fame Classic on both the girls and the boys side. He has been a longtime member of the Eastern Indiana Officials Association and the Indiana Officials Association. He resides in Newcastle and is retired as a manager in the Office of the Auditor of the State of Indiana. Please join me in congratulating Greg Reese as the 2023 Center Circle Official Award recipient. Oh, welcome. Congratulations. Our second recipient is Andy Simpson. A graduate of Highland High School in Hammond, where he played baseball and football and competed in swimming and diving and hockey. After graduation, Andy then completed a 4-year millwright apprentice program before attending Purdue Calumet College. His girls basketball officiating experience includes 34 girls sectionals, 18 regionals, 13 semi-states, and 7 state final assignments. He also has an extensive boys schedule. A member of the Lake County Officials Association, he has shown his leadership as his association's basketball chair, past president, assigner, rules interpreter, rules clinician, and has served on the Ashola board since 2014. Greg can tell you what Ashola represents. Residing in Crown Point, Andy works as a golf director at Sandy Pines Golf Club. Please join me as we congratulate Andy Simpson as the 2023 Center Circle Officials Award recipient. Let's give one last big applause for both of these gentlemen.
We're going to go ahead and begin the state championship teams and introduce them. We're going to start with the 1A Bloomfield Cardinals. Using a big third quarter to their advantage, Bloomfield defeated Morgan Township 90-58 to capture the 1998 Class A state championship. Bloomfield was making its third appearance in the state finals, including a runner-up finish in the inaugural girls basketball state finals in 1976 and 1977. The Cardinals had 4 players score in double figures, and leading the way was Melissa Cochran and Sarah McIntosh with 22 points apiece. Patsy Hardesty and Lindsay Sechrist helped the cause with 19 and 18 points, respectively. Melissa Cochran was also named the 1998 Class A Mental Attitude Award winner by the IHSAA Executive Committee. With an overall record of 26-1, Bloomfield defeating Rising Sun 58-57 in the semifinal of the Greenwood Semi-State before defeating New Washington 58-37 in the semi-state final. Members of the Bloomfield state champions that are here tonight: head coach Paula Fettig, Laura Batterton McIntosh, Mary Ann Broad, Melissa Cochran, Patsy Hardesty Fleetwood, assistant coach Jerry McGrath, Sarah McIntosh Pegg, Christina Reeves, and Lindsay Seacrest. Once again, congratulations, state champions, Bloomfield Cardinals. Now, if you head out to the back, we're going to do a team picture. The 2A Southridge Raiders. Converting 6 free throws in the last 24 seconds to seal the victory, Southridge was the 1998 2A state champions, defeating Bluffton 62-57 at Market Square Arena. Southridge, which completed their season 21-5 for head coach Stan Rosner, were led by 4-year starters Kara Meyer and Jill Finneman, who tallied 28 and 12 points respectively, while both collecting 13 rebounds. The Lady Raiders defeated Northeastern 76-66 in the semi-state semifinal before beating Tri-West in the championship game 58-47. After claiming the 2A state championship, Southridge fell to Martinsville in the championship game of the inaugural Tournament of Champions, 74-61 at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Members of the Southridge State Champions with us tonight. Sorry, I know it was a bummer. I didn't write that. Blame Matt Martin. No, I'm joking. Yeah. And just to make it a little sore, we're going to have Jamie. All right. Jamie Boglin Travalt. Now, ladies, I'd just like you to know, I went to South Bend St. Joe, and we never won a state championship when I was there. So you got way up on me. Jessica Haydorn. Ashley Lighton. Jennifer McLean Chase. Angela Patton Speed. Era Upenhorn Nepp. And Rachel Wright. Once again, congratulations, Southridge Raiders. West Lafayette Red Devils, 3A state champions. Squaring off with Franklin in the 1998 3A Girls State Basketball State Championship contest, West Lafayette would use 18 points each from Lilo Gibisa, and Keaton Brum to capture the 3A state title, winning the championship by a 62-45 margin. Coach Steve Dietrich's squad also defeated Lebanon 48-35 and Northwood 37-33 in the semi-state to advance to the state finals. West Lafayette finished the year 23-4 to claim the school's first state title in any girls sport and third title overall in any sport. Leading by 4 at halftime, the Red Devils used 20-6 third quarter run to claim the 3A title. That's pretty impressive. Members of the West Lafayette State Championship team that are with us tonight include head coach Steve Dietrich, and first cousin to Jan Connor. So we're going to do a family photo right here. So we're going to take a moment for this photo. I'm going to step out of the way. Do a photo, Jan. We're going to have you guys do a photo. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Hannah Anderson Fieldmeyer. Rachel Anderson Clem. Keaton Broom Burke. Sorry about messing your name up. Eba Jabisa? Gabisa. I'm going to get it. Eba Gabisa. Of course, your sister I'm going to get. Kulani Gabisa. Oh, she's not here. Okay, well, I would have had it nice. There she goes. The team manager, Min Shin Ho. Janine Mellish Logan. We have one, yeah. Leah Musselman Lovelace. What's oh, I don't have Lelo Gabisa. Don't have that down. There you go. And Joni Woods Long. Congratulations, West Lafayette Red Devils. The 4A state champions, Martinsville Artesians. Completing a perfect 27-0 season with a 71-65 4A state championship game victory over Lake Central, Martinsville claimed the fourth and final state championship game on March 14th, 1998 at Market Square Arena. Leading the way for Coach Jan Connor's Artesians was April Traylor, who scored 28 points, while Kristen Bodine poured in 21, and Courtney Cooper added 15. This was Martinsville's second consecutive state championship, while extending their winning streak to 51 games. Coming into the championship game, Martinsville was ranked number 2 in the final Class 4A coaches poll and also ranked number 2 nationally by USA Today. Martinsville then went on to defeat Southridge in the inaugural Tournament of Champions at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Members of the Martinsville State Championships with us tonight, head coach Jan Connor. Yeah, they had unfair advantage. Kristen Bodine Lavelle. Noelle Clark. Leslie Deaton McGowan. Natalie Roden Urban. She couldn't be here tonight. Mandy 16. Dear. No, sorry. Military. Assistant coach Jim Thomas. I got that name right. Woo! And April Traylor Percy. There you go. Congratulations, Martinsville. All right, we got 1991. The 1991 Bedford North Lawrence undefeated team. Come on up. With a 52-44 victory over Warsaw in the 16th annual IHSAA Girls Basketball State Finals, Coach Pete Pritchett's Lady Stars were crowned the 1991 IHSAA State Basketball Champions in front of the second largest crowd to ever witness a basketball championship game up to that point in Indianapolis Market Square Arena to complete the perfect 29-0 unbeaten season. Marla Inman paced the Lady Stars with 21. Amy Walker, son, which we see up here, added 16, and Carrie Mount had 6. Bedford North Lawrence defeated Valparaiso in the first semifinal contest 50-41, with Amy scoring 18, Marla and Carrie added 15 apiece. The executive committee of the IHSAA selected Carrie Mount as the recipient of the Mental Attitude Award. Bedford North Lawrence began the season number 1, and it was a title that these ladies held from start to finish. Averaging 80.5 points a game and scored as many as 120 in a game, the Lady Stars were the definition of a true team. Bedford North Lawrence's coach, Pete Pritchett, was elected into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame in 2007. Joining us tonight, representing the 1991 Bedford North Lawrence undefeated and state champions are Melissa Barnes Wilbaker, Bridget Craig Mackey. Nicole Fleetwood Gregory. Mindy Haskett Cant. Amy Lynch Stockman. Carrie Mount Roll. Amber Poolhine. Autumn Poole Robbins. Cammie Pritchett. Assistant coach Rick Spires. And Amy Walker-son. Once again, congratulations to the 1991 Bedford North Lawrence Lady Stars on their induction. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Amy Matheny, 2008 Hall of Fame inductee, who will announce the 2023 Silver Anniversary team. Linda Godby, 2012 Hall of Fame inductee, and Laura Titus, 2011 Hall of Fame inductee, will present the plaques. Thank you.
All right, this is my favorite part because everybody has to get a picture taken with Linda Godby. So you're all going to look short tonight. You know I love you, Linda. All right, tonight is the introductions of the 2023 Silver Anniversary team. Each year, the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame honors a Silver Anniversary team from 25 years ago. So if you want to read more about each player's bios, turn to page 38 in your program. First up, we have Amber Shobi Rayi from Plainfield. Amber, you can come on up and just stand while I continue to talk about you. Amber was a 1998 Indiana All-Star, along with being the Plainfield Female Athlete of the Year. She continued her career at Valparaiso, where she sits in the top 10 in multiple categories and was inducted into the Valparaiso Athletics Hall of Fame in 2010. Amber says winning and losing is secondary to the more important things of attitude, effort, and character. Amber is a former teacher in both Wayne Township and Carmel and lives in Columbus, Indiana, is married with one daughter. Amber Shobi Rayi. Abby Salscheider Alt from Bluffton. Did I get it right, Abby? Yeah. All right. Every year the names get harder. Why? Abby is a 1998 Indiana All-Star and won the IHSAA Class 2A Mental Attitude Award at the state finals. She continued her playing career at Michigan State, where she was a Big Ten All-Academic, the 2000 MSU Scholar Athlete Award winner, and team captain. In a 1998 article, her high school coach said, "Abby is an idol here in Bluffton." To which Abby responded, "I really like little kids." I just love that part. They need, do you still like little kids now that you have, yeah. Now that you have 3, I hope so. She said they need role models. And if we can serve as good role models, that's really important. Abby is currently a physical therapist for Indiana Physical Therapy. She lives in Bluffton, is still an idol, and is there with her husband and 3 children. Abby Salscheider Alt. Vamena Reese Cooper, Fort Wayne South. Nice. A 1998 Indiana All-Star who also received Street and Smith's preseason All-American honors. She continued her career at Michigan State and shared team captain honors with fellow Hoosier Abby. She ended her career in 2002 being named MSU's Best Defensive Player. On the subject of winning, Vamena says, winning starts at practice. All you coaches, you're going to love this. The more prepared you are, the better chance you have of winning. Details matter. Vamena is a 4th grade teacher in Warren Township in Indianapolis, where she lives with her husband and 3 kids. Vamena Reese Cooper. Jill Chapman Daly, Blackford. Jill was the 1998 sectional MVP, along with being the Muncie Star Press East Central Player of the Year. Jill was a standout at Indiana University, where she was named to the Big Ten All Freshman team and 2002 First Team All Big Ten. She played for, and I really hate to admit this, IU's only, but not for long, Big Ten Tourney Championship team in 2002. She finished her career fourth in rebounds and second in block shots. She was selected 21st by the Detroit Shock in the 2002 WNBA draft. Jill said she loved all her years of playing basketball, and it taught her discipline and leadership skills that she still uses today as a mother of four and an operations manager for Amazon. Jill lives in Greenwood with her husband and four daughters. You almost have a starting five, Jill. And goes to IU games in her spare time. Jill Chapman Daly. Amy Lindsay Fuller, Union Murdoch. Amy holds records for the most points in a game, season, and career, and once had a triple-double of 43 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 steals. Team MVP in 2000 at Vincennes University, and then she transferred to Ball State and played on a Mid-American Conference regular season championship and a WNIT team in 2002. Amy was hired as head coach of her high school alma mater in 2004, but sadly passed away in a car crash that November. Who's presenting or receiving for her tonight? Her son. What's your name? Cordell. So Cordell is here tonight to receive for his mom, Amy Lindsay Fuller. Abby Brahman Harvey Brownsburg. Abby was the 1998 Brownsburg Female Athlete of the Year, earning multiple All-State and Super Team honors. She won the Jan Connor Most Improved Athlete of the Year at Indiana State. And I got to know, is that a real thing? Jan, is it real? Come on. And she came and presented. Of course she did. The Most Improved Athlete of the Year at Indiana State before transferring to IUPUI, where she earned Academic All-Conference in 2002. Amy graduated with a law degree from Indiana University in 2014 and is currently an elder law attorney, and a very good one, for Brahman, Moore, and Harvey. Amy says that basketball had a major impact on her life. She has made lifelong friends, learned lessons, and she uses in her career, and even met her spouse playing basketball. She is married to her husband, and they have 4 kids and live in Brownsburg. Amy Brahman Harvey. Abby. I keep calling you. I know. I called her that earlier tonight. Sorry, Abby. Abby Brahman Harvey. All right. Molly Holt Sable from Madison. Molly had the Madison career scoring record for 1,480 points at the time of graduation and is still number 2 on that list. She was the 1998 All-Regional and All-Sectional, and she played at the University of Findlay, Ohio, where she was second team All-State. Most notably, she holds the University of Findlay record for free throws made in a game, 16 out of 16. Some of you might want to hire her as a free throw shooting coach, right? She also holds the career record for free throw percentage and attempts at Findlay. Molly says, playing for our school, our hometown, our teammates, and our coaches, it meant everything as a kid growing up in Madison. Molly works for Home Health Care Solutions. She lives in Greenwood with her husband and 2 daughters. Molly Holt Sable. Kara Kessens from Tell City. Kara is a 1998 IHSAA 3-point contest champion and a Big 8 Conference Player of the Year. She set 15 school records, including points in a season, and points in her career, to name a few. While at the University of Louisville, Kara was named to multiple alternate teams and ended her career with almost 1,000 points and 500 rebounds. On winning, Kara says, winning is about failing until you succeed. I'm going to say that again. This is my favorite quote of the night. Winning is about failing until you succeed. Kara currently works for USA Volleyball as a head physical therapist and athletic trainer and is living the life in LA with her wife. Kara Kessens. Kelly Kamara, Lake Central. Kelly was the 1998 Miss Basketball of this amazing group and Parade Magazine, Nike, and WBCA All-American. She was also the 1998 Gatorade Indiana Player of the Year. She went to Purdue, where she played on the 1999 National Championship team and the 2001 National Runner-Up, all while earning multiple All-Big Ten and academic All-Big Ten honors, including the 2002 honorable mention Kodak All-American. She was chosen number 34 by the Indiana Fever in the 2002 WNBA draft. Kelly says, basketball is a full circle gift. It has allowed me to compete at the highest level, win championships, and make lifelong friends as a player. And as a coach, it now allows me to impact the lives of my players and empower them to be their best selves. I was going to tell you that Kelly was the assistant coach at Marquette University, but hot off the presses, which I think everybody in this room knows, she is now the new associate head coach at Purdue University. Kelly, welcome back to Indiana. Kelly lives in West Lafayette with her wife and 2 kids. Kelly Kamara. Kelly in Coon, Lake Central. I want to know how your coach did with the 2 Kelly K's, right? Was that confusing in practice? Kelly was a 1998 Indiana All-Star and AP Second Team All-State, along with being named the 1998 Class 4A Mental Attitude Award winner. She went on to play for Butler, where she is listed in many of the career records for blocks and rebounds, and is the only Butler player to record a triple-double with 20 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 block shots. I know, impressive. Kelly says, basketball taught me the important life lessons in managing time, self-motivation, having grit, determination, and perseverance. She is the vice president of Corporate Development for the Compass Group, and she lives in Chicago. Kelly N. Kuhn. Courtney Reisinger-Lord from Richmond and Terre Haute South. Did I get that one right? Is it? It is right. Courtney Reisinger-Lord. See, I didn't make my little notes on that one, Courtney. Courtney was the 1998 Most Outstanding Athlete in Vigo County, while also being an Indiana All-Star, along with multiple all-area teams. While playing collegiately at the University of Toledo, she became the record holder for three-point accuracy and most three-pointers in a game. I believe it was 7. 8. It's something you never forget, right? And next year it's going to be 9. On the impact of basketball in her life, Courtney says, the work ethic and competitiveness has made me successful in my professional career. Courtney is the vice president of private banking at Star Financial Bank and lives in Noblesville with her 2 kids. Courtney Reisinger-Lloyd. Kristen Bodine Lovell, Martinsville. Excuse me. Kristen was the 1998 all-sectional, regional, semi-state, and state finals team member, along with being an Indiana All-Star and an AP first-team All-State. She earned Horizon League honors in 2 seasons at Butler, then transferred to IU and was named the Hoosiers team MVP in 2003. Kristen says that basketball has led me to a life in education and coaching youth and provided lifelong friendships. Kristen is a math coordinator at Franklin Central Middle School in Indianapolis, where she lives with her husband and 3 kids. Kristen Bodine Lovell. Mary Jo Noon, Jeffersonville. Mary Jo was a 1998 Indiana All-Star, a Nike All-American, and an AP First Team All-State. She continued her career at Purdue and was part of the 1999 National Championship team and the 2001 National Runner-Up team. No wonder they were winning. They got all the Indiana kids, right? Mary Jo earned her All Big Ten honorable mention in 2002 and 2003 and was picked number 42 by the Los Angeles Sparks in the 2003 WNBA draft. Mary Jo says, "It has been a privilege to be part of such successful programs during my basketball career. I use these skills now as a healthcare worker, helping to change lives and care for others' loved ones." That's awesome. Mary Jo works as a field clinical specialist for Edwards Life Sciences Corporation. She lives in Jeffersonville with her son, Mary Jo New. Kyle Black Retlitz of North Central. Kyle was a 1998 Indiana All-Star, Marion County Female Athlete of the Year, and held numerous school records at the time of graduation, including career points, career steals, and career assists. She also is among the top 5 in multiple categories at the University of Wisconsin, including season 3-pointers made and 7 threes in a game. See, that's the one I was remembering. Just 7, sorry. She got you beat. Kyle says, "I played for some amazing coaches growing up in Indiana. Coaches who taught me as much about life as they did about basketball." Doesn't that sound like an Indiana coach? Thank you to all you coaches. She says, "It is what encouraged me to get into coaching and make a career of it. Since 2012, Kyle has been the head coach at the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee. She lives in Milwaukee with her longtime boyfriend and amazing daughter." Kyle Black Retlitz. Lisa Eckert Rubel from Center Grove. Lisa was an AP honorable mention All-State while being a key member of Center Grove's 1996 state champions. She went to the University of Evansville, where she earned first-team All-MVC honors. She played at Indiana University as a senior and then played 2 seasons overseas before coming back to work for ticket sales for the Fever and the Pacers. Maybe you can get a job there again. I think Lynn Dunn's in the house somewhere. Lisa says that winning the state championship in 1996 was the highlight of my career. She said, "I played with my teammates when we were 11 years old, and our drive to win at every level spilled over into every area of my life." Lisa is currently a stay-at-home mom with her husband and 4 kids living in Fort Wayne and works for her husband part-time at home. We know what that means. Lisa Eckert Rubble. April Traylor, Eminence in Martinsville. April was a 1998 Indiana All-Star and AP First Team All-State on her way to winning 2 state champions. She earned Atlantic Coast Conference All-Freshman Team honors at Florida State and completed her college career by finishing in the top 10 of multiple FSU record lists, including 16th on the Seminoles scoring list. April is the sole proprietor of ATP Athletics, while having been a physical education teacher and a basketball coach for 20 years. She lives in Miami, lucky her, and is married with 3 kids and I love this, and a bonus kid. Not a step kid, but a bonus kid. And April is the very proud aunt of Kiana Traylor, who we all probably got to watch this year play for Virginia Tech. So they have a long line of great basketball players in their family. April Traylor. Shauna Sparks Williams, Connorsville. Shanna. Shanna Sparks. Shanna was the 1998 Indiana All-Star who went on to play at Indiana State. She led the Sycamores in three-point accuracy as a freshman and became a starter as a junior. Injuries prevented her from playing as a sophomore and senior. Shanna says, basketball has taught me so many lessons and brought me so many lifelong friends. Now I get to watch my children play and see them learning those same life lessons and making those friendships. They cut me off. Oh, is that it, Mark? You done? Shanna is a quality rep for Thermo Fisher Scientific and lives in Connorsville with her husband and 3 kids. Shauna Sparks Williams. Shanna Sparks Williams. Amy Wright, Northeastern. Amy was a 1998 Indiana All-Star and AP First Team All-State. She holds 8 school records, including points in a game, season, and career. She attended the University of Arkansas, where she earned multiple accolades and holds the school record for season and career assists, and was inducted into the Arkansas Athletics Hall of Fame in 2017. Amy says that basketball has given me the opportunity to travel to places I probably would have never been able to go, and to meet people I never would have met. It's taught me to work with people to achieve goals and to be confident in who I am and what I do. Amy, up until recently, was the associate head coach at the University of Oklahoma, but she's already doing recruiting tonight as the new head coach at Long Beach State University. Where she lives with her partner in Long Beach, although they think they're still looking for a place. So they're homeless right now. And if you have any good 6'4" players, she said, give her a call. Amy Wright. So tonight, if you've been paying attention, we've had 8 members who became coaches, 3 on the college level, many teachers. We have 3 business leaders, 2 are vice presidents of corporations. We have 2 physical therapists, 2 people who work in home health, a lawyer, and a stay-at-home mom who probably works harder than the rest of them because she's working for her husband too. Once again, the great state of Indiana has shown us that if kids start young, if little girls get to participate in sports like the boys, and they're successful and they continue on into high school, into college, they will be successful in the rest of their life. So why don't you guys all stand up one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, your very impressive 2023 Silver Anniversary team.
I'm good, Mark. If I need your help, I'll call on you, though. I know I can depend on you. Yeah, I've got this. This little apparatus for me is not due to a sports injury, because I'm one who talks and I don't do. So you guys are doers. I'm the talker. But anyway, I'm so happy to be here again tonight to have this special time to spend with some women who are extraordinary. And I have the honor to give you the 2023 Indiana Fever Silver Medal Award winner. The recipient of this year's Indiana Fever Silver Medal Award, which includes Hall of Fame induction, is Denise Gritton McClanahan. Obviously no stranger to any of you. With over 35 years of experience as a high school coach, AAU director, and coach, and noted for the creation of the leadership of Lady Mac Summer Leagues, McClanahan was director of the Lady Mac High School Summer League for 34 years and director for 33 years of the Junior Lady Mac Middle School Leagues. Her leagues have provided opportunities for countless Central Indiana girl players, recently involving 700 players per summer. As high school coach, she had a career record of 347 and 292, including 6 sectional titles, 1 regional title, 3 Marion County championships, and was twice Marion County Coach of the Year, and 2002 Indiana All-Star Assistant Coach. Her other involvement includes creation of the Lady Mac AAU Club, as well as coaching roles with the Indiana's Finest, Indiana Faith, and Indiana Elite programs. Coaching teams to numerous national appearances, including a 2002 17U AAU National Championship with the Indiana's Finest. She also created and ran the high-intensity basketball camps. She was a member of 2 Marion County Championship teams as a player at Perry Meridian High School. She also played at Central Michigan, Butler, and IUPUI. This is a career basketball person, Denise McClanahan. Welcome. Oh. You want me down? Yes, sir.
Before I begin and you start the clock, I want to first take this opportunity to congratulate Lucinda Brown for winning their national award this year and just for being my role model. When I saw you in those high heels coaching when I was a junior in college, I thought, I want to be that lady. So thank you very much. All right, you can start the clock now. I would like to first start out by offering my congratulations to the 21st Women's Induction Class of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. What an impressive group to be part of. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee and the Indiana Fever for selecting me for this prestigious award. Most importantly to me tonight is to thank my family for all the support over the years. My mom and dad, Dallas and Barbara Gritton, especially my daughter, Macy Douglas, my siblings, Mark Gritton, Christy and Ted Kitchell, Shelley and Nate Anderson, cousins Susan LaDonna, and, of course, all my nephews and nieces, Jeff, Jason, Scott, Ty, and Caden, and Mackenzie, Olivia, Jesse, and Jackie, because they're the ones who ran concessions, worked admissions, kept book, kept clock, while they traveled all over the city and the United States with me for my leagues, camps, and AAU teams. I am so appreciative that my family has always given me their unconditional support for my love of the game of basketball. I guess I can truly say I know exactly when I became passionate about basketball. I was 9 years old. And even though I was a girl, I hated playing with Barbies and dress up because I was basically the poster child for the word tomboy. So when my older sister Christy would start playing these activities, I would sneak out of the house and follow my older brother to watch the boys in the neighborhood play pickup basketball in the Wilsey's driveway. And you know where this story goes. I sat around dribbling the ball, shooting in between games, being impatient, hoping they would just ask me to play. Finally, on this day, one of the boys got called home early, and they were short a player. I quickly offered my services up, and of course was immediately shot down. Some of you know my personality. I demanded to know why I could not play. My brother stated the obvious. They were playing shirts and skins. And as fate would have it, the skins team was down a player. I mean, what were the chances? All I can say is a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. I whipped that shirt off all so quick. I checked that ball. My brother couldn't even get a coherent word out. It was awesome. Woo! Needless to say, I got a good talking to from my mother when I got home. It was totally worth it because that was the day that the passion for the game of basketball was ignited. Every day after that game, my love for basketball grew. And as I entered high school at Perry Meridian, I met the most incredible group of young ladies. They taught me just how much basketball and being part of a team could shape my life. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of my Perry Meridian Falcon teammates, Table 78, and my coaches. Playing for Coach Murphy and Coach Bernick with all of you throughout the winter and representing our high school was a true privilege. We also had the good fortune to play out a season together, and this had an impact on me. We were given the opportunity to improve our game from mentors like Al Mullins and volunteer coaches like Jerry Pieper and Wally Cox. We had so much fun traveling all summer as the Mad Hatters, playing in the Y League and the Peace Games. We created some of the best memories, and it was through these activities that we forged friendships with other players from all over the state and across our own township and improved our basketball skills enough to play on the intercollegiate level. I always knew I wanted to become a PE teacher and a basketball coach, and I could not wait to get started. By age 19, I was coaching my own AAU team, and by 20, I was running my own basketball day camp. I was lucky to start my coaching career at Southport High School. And my thanks goes out to Dr. Lloyd Bodie, the principal who is here tonight, that took a chance on me 36 years ago when I was just 24 years old. Dr. Bodie, would you please stand and thank you for making my dream to become a varsity basketball coach true. Thank you, Dr. Bodie. I was also blessed to have a wonderful assistant coach for many years named Pat O'Connor, who gave me her insight and guidance to help me avoid the many pitfalls of being a young coach. Thank you, OC, for your friendship and loyalty. Even though I started my career at Southport, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Amanda Davidson and Emily Steinmetz from Perry Meridian for the opportunity to finish my coaching career at my alma mater. Thank you, ladies. Between the start of my career and the end, I was fortunate to coach the Indiana's finest Black Cats, and they're in the house tonight. They helped me win a national AAU title, and they really brought out my best and gave me all their love and support even after, and I still am very thankful for that opportunity. So thanks, Sharon Geralds, for picking up the phone and calling me when that job was open. Let's give a round of applause for the Indiana finest Black Cats. I often get the question posed to me, how did Lady Mac start? Is Lady Mac still going on? How many years has it been? Well, after coaching my first year at Southport, imagine my surprise when I went to get my players an opportunity to improve out a season and found there was none. It had just been 5 short years. I called the Y, and there was no more girls YMCA league. I called the Indy Parks department, and there was no more Scarsboro Peace Games. I was still not discouraged until I called multiple AAU coaches, and I tried to get my players on teams, but they only wanted my star player. No one wanted my starting center, my best freshman, or my JV players. This concerned me greatly, because these players deserved the opportunity to improve just as much as the star player did. I could only see one simple solution. If I could not find a league for my players to play in, then I should just create one. So the next day, I sent out 8 letters to local high schools and asked them to participate by sending 10 to 15 players from their school and 1 volunteer coach. The players would sign up individually, and of course, I would put them on teams because you were only allowed 3 from a school for ISHA guidelines. I committed to making a schedule, paying the officials, washing the jerseys, securing gym time. And 2 days after I mailed the letters out, I heard from the late, great Hall of Fame coach Bob Kirkhoff from Roncalli. He knew a good thing when he saw it, and he was the first to support my efforts of the Lady Mac League. I will never forget his support and friendship he gave me throughout my entire career. We had 64 players that first year from 6 different schools. And by the second year, there was 115 players from 10 schools. And as I added the junior Lady Mac on a different night to allow players to work with their middle schoolers, I got to talking with other coaches and found out that they had the same problem placing their players on AAU teams that I had. It just made sense to start Lady Mac AAU Association and offer multiple teams in multiple age groups. High intensity camp of the 90s followed. A few years later, when I realized how expensive the overnight camps had become, so I took pride in offering an affordable overnight camp with an all-female staff of all-star players from the state of Indiana. And one of my most famous campers, believe it or not, is sitting up here with me tonight being inducted. 2023 inductee Katie Douglas. Woo! They say I'm getting this award for advancing the sport of girls basketball in ways other than coaching and playing, which is something I never set out to do. What I set out to do is help young players have fun learning the game of basketball and have opportunities to improve their game out of season like I had. I wanted to help and assist players to have the opportunity to earn scholarships to play at the next level. What made these extra programs successful was I surrounded myself with excellent assistant coaches and volunteer coaches who were built-in role models for our players, and having wonderful players and parents who took part over the past 42 years. Tonight, I owe each of you my gratitude and share this award with you. Being service-oriented and having a passion for basketball, I consider were both gifts from God, and He has blessed me in so many ways because He has allowed me to do what I love, and you know what? I still love what I do. Thank you for this wonderful honor.
Hold on a second.
Go Fever!
And that was enough. I would like to direct you to your program tonight. There are much more things to be said about each one of the inductees in the program if you'd like to look that over. I'm sure some of you already have, and later on you could do that. We begin to introduce this year's 2023 Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame inductees, but if you want more information on each inductee, page 27 is the place to go for that. One more. Okay. So we start out with Kezia McClendon Campbell. Gary Westside. She averaged 17.4 points per game, 5.5 assists, and 8.5 steals a game in her senior season. Her Gary Westside teams won 3 sectionals, 2 regionals, 3 conference titles, while she earned an MVP her sophomore, junior, and senior seasons. She was an Indiana All-Star, Indiana East-West All-Star, Gary Post-Tribune Player of the Year, and then continued as Southern Illinois, where she met the league and the school record for steals and was a 3-time MVC Defensive Player of the Year. 2-time first-team All-MVC. And later, she led the nation in steals in 1997, was awarded the Division I Women's Basketball Statistical Champion by the National Collegiate Athletic Association, that's the NCAA, and she was also a 2018 member of the IBHOF Silver Anniversary Team. Her name is Kezia McClendon Campbell. Welcome her from Gary Westside.
Hello, everybody. So first of all, it's an honor and a privilege to be inducted into this year's Hall of Fame. I would like to thank God, for He is the beginning and the end, for blessing me with athletic ability. I knew at the age of 5 that I wanted to play basketball. I knew at 8 years old that I wanted to play organized basketball, and I did. I played on a Biddy Boys team. I knew at 13 that I would earn and receive a scholarship to attend college and play for them. I dreamed of playing basketball, and with hard work, dedication, and the right people supporting me, it all came to fruition. I want to thank my parents for everything they did for me, especially my mother, who was not into sports but was my biggest cheerleader. I would like to thank Coach Fisher and Mrs. Fisher, who are here in attendance today. Thank you both for the countless hours you put in to make sure that me and my teammates had the opportunities to play AAU and attend basketball camps. I have known these two for most of my life, and I am glad to say that they are still in it. So I received this award with the love I have for you and my teammates from Westside High School. I would like to thank my new family, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Inc., for their support. Thanks for being here and sharing this beautiful moment with me. And last but not least, I would like to thank my husband Michael and my son Jordan for riding with me and loving me unconditionally. I love you guys. I would like to thank Westside High School. And again, thank you for this honor, and God bless and good night. Thank you.
Our next inductee is Bruce M. Dockery of Evansville Bossy High School. Coach Dockery earned 502 wins in a long-time coaching event at Evansville Wrights Memorial High School. He was an SIAC Coach of the Year 8 times, District Coach of the Year 5 times, won 8 conferences, 14 sectionals, 6 regionals, 2 semi-states, and 1 state runner-up honor. In 2011, his team went 28-1, winning the 3A state title. And of course, that was in overtime, an exciting game. Dockery was honored with the Hoosier Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Excellence Award. His name is Bruce M. Dockery, and he's a coach from Evansville.
Before I start, those of you that know me know that the most impressive thing about tonight is I'm in a tux. I would like to offer my congratulations to my fellow inductees and thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this honor. To have my name placed alongside the names of others who have been recognized for their Indiana high school basketball accomplishments is overwhelming. I've always had a great passion and respect for the game of basketball. That is why I'm so humbled and grateful to accept this honor. In the short amount of time I have, there is no way I can adequately thank all the people I need to thank, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I would like to thank and share this honor with my family, especially my wife Kathy, who is the MVP and the real Hall of Famer in our family, my son Chad and daughter Kelly and their families. Also, Memorial High School, where I spent all 32 years of my coaching career. A special thanks to Ron Mueller, AD, and Jerry Adams, principal, for their support. I had no intention of coaching any sport, but while doing my student teaching in 1978, the principal asked me to assist the girls' junior high team. Not sure exactly what happened, but realized I had a passion for coaching girls basketball. A coach is only as good as the effort his players are willing to give him. Throughout my career, I was blessed to have players who were willing to play the game the way we thought it should be played. So I'd like to thank and share this honor with all the players, managers, assistant coaches, and the Memorial administration. Every coach has a bucket list. My bucket list consists of winning numerous sectionals, regionals, winning a state championship, being awarded several Coach of the Year honors, being fortunate enough to coach several All-Star teams, and participating in the Hall of Fame Classic, and now the ultimate honor of being inducted into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Sorry. I could say with great pride, my bucket list is now complete. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Katie Douglas. Katie Douglas, Perry Meridian High School, 1997 Indiana All-Star. Douglas averaged 19.3 points while amassing 177 rebounds and 118 steals her senior season at Perry Meridian, while earning the MVP, first team All-State, All-County, All-Conference. After graduation, went on to help lead Purdue to a 1999 NCAA National Championship and was honored to play for the USA basketball team. Other honors include Big Ten Player of the Year, both her junior and senior seasons, along with earning Kodak All-American, Purdue Female Athlete of the Year, honors both years. And of course, then she was the second team Academic All-American her junior year, and the first team Academic All-American her senior season. So, what else did you do? All this, and she could be smart too. That's amazing. Douglas was the 10th pick in the WNBA draft. She played for the WNBA for 14 seasons, earning multiple All-Star Game honors, and in 2009, all WNBA honors, and her number 23 was retired by the Connecticut Sun. I present to you for induction, Katie Douglas.
I'm going to channel my Lynn Dunn and say, go Fever. I told everybody I would keep it short. So I just want to say good evening to everybody. And congratulations to my fellow inductees. It's quite an accomplishment tonight. So I just know this is a great honor for me to be a part of this class, to be a part of the induction of the Silver Anniversary team. So again, congratulations to all the phenomenal young women in this room. Tonight, I am being honored. However, I'd like my short speech to be about my family and my team. I have been on many journeys. As she said, I've played a very long professional career, post-high school, post-collegiately, and professionally. But it is the team behind me that truly deserves this honor. So I'd like to take that time and again in this moment to recognize those people that deserve this recognition. So first and foremost, thankful to my parents. Yesterday, ironically, don't choke up any tears, but it was 23 years. I just asked my sister that I lost my mother. So thank you to my parents, who my mom's been gone for 23. My dad was gone for 25 years. So I've been alive longer than they've been with me, but I know that they're truly, truly proud of this honor and have been watching from above. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you to my sister. She's an All-American. She's 5'2", but she's fierce, and she is the best All-American sister that you can have. She's my rock. She's definitely did not get the athleticism, but she is the best coach that you could ever have. So thank you to my sister Kim and her husband for all their tremendous support for me over the years. Thank you to my family. Thank you to my high school coach, Mike Armstrong. He's in the building. He, along with Denise McClanahan, I mean, good God, they are Southsiders through and through, but they deserve so much credit for the game of women's basketball. So thank you to Denise, and thank you to Mike Armstrong. Mike and Howard Ely were so instrumental to my career. So thank you to Mike and Howard Ely for all your time and energy. And I gave you a lot of crap. So thank you for, you know, holding me down and pouring all that into me. Mike, you are so deserving to be up here. I talked, you know, to you about this. Your time is going to come. I'm going to get with this committee and make sure that you are a Hall of Famer, because you are definitely a Hall of Famer in my book. So thank you, Mike Armstrong, for everything you've done for the game of women's basketball and for everything you've done for me. Also, coaches that are here tonight. Again, guys, I've had a lot of coaches, but some are super, super special. You know, there is some favoritism in the room. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you to my two Purdue assistant coaches, Carrie Cremines and Pam Stackhouse. They are my ride or dies. They were with us on the national championship team with Kelly and Mary Jo, and they have been so supportive. You know, they still talk about recruiting me and how I was their most favorite recruit. Sorry, Kelly. Sorry, Mary Jo. They tell me that all the time privately. But they have been tremendous in supporting me again, you know, getting me through those tough times, but also just supporting me. And you guys have really been so impactful in my life. So thank you guys for all of your support. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you to Coach Dunn. I don't know if she's here. But obviously, Coach Dunn, thank you for, again, professionally pouring everything you had into me as well. There is also a bigger family. I think a lot of the common theme and the common thread here is about family and friends and support. And I think the game of basketball, that theme is, basketball has done a lot. I could go on and tell you all these boring stories, maybe more fun stories. But the theme is that basketball is about network, and it's about community. It's about relationships. And I think that's what, again, I just want to recognize those people that have been supporters through and through and continue to show up and stand out for me. So thank you to those family. Thank you to the Poe family. Thank you, Lindsay. This will make her night. Her birthday's coming up. Thank you, Lindsay, for pushing me and making me the player that I am today. So thanks, Lindsay. Thank you to Laura, to Jean Poe for their support. Again, there's been so many road trips, so many special family stories. It's truly about the memories now that we're up here that we can kind of share those things. So thank you to the Poe family. Thank you to my Orange Theory family that's here. Some of my Orange Theory people got to see me play in high school. Some of them went to high school with me, didn't know that life was going to come full circle. But I have a phenomenal team of people, and I thank my Orange Theory family for the past 6 years for showing up and showing out for me and for their support, even when we didn't even know we were a team and a dream team now that we are. Thank you to some of my AAU teammates. Again, some of these ladies are on the stage tonight, so thank you to you guys. Thank you to Courtney Howell. Her dad, Jimmy Howell, was my coach. He's a legend in his own right, deserving right. So thank you to Courtney. Thank you to Heather, Pacer Sports and Entertainment. Again, you guys have continued every single journey of mine to continue to show up and show out. So thank you guys so much. And thank you to the real Hall of Famer, my husband, Fred. Thank you to him. He's given me the best gift, and that's my family of 3. And we're going for starting 5, right, Fred? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just all jokes aside, we've got 3 under 3. We're undermanned. We're in a zone defense right now. We are done with kids. I thought I would make them choke. But thank you so much for your support in this journey and all you've done for me and giving me, again, the greatest gift in our family and our 3 little ones. So thank you again, for this tremendous honor, to the Hall of Fame committee. Thank you to everybody, the committee, everybody that's taken part in this event. I know Kayla, I've talked to so many people. I know it's a tremendous amount of effort to put on this event. So again, thank you. It is a tremendous amount of people. I just couldn't even imagine. I'm really shocked that this is the second. I thought this would be the largest event. So thank you guys for just coming and supporting women's basketball, because it has been so impactful in everybody's life. I think everybody has a different story, but it just brings so many people together. So thank you guys for your support of women's basketball. And again, thank you for this prestigious honor. Thank you.
Jennifer Marlowe Drudge, Rushville High School. And Coach, it is really good to see you. Most of the time when I saw you, I was across the way doing games, and you were the best dressed woman there. And you could coach on top of it. Good to see you here. Jennifer Marlowe Drudge, Rushville High School. Not only a standout basketball player at Rushville, but also a 1994 state tennis doubles runner-up. Jennifer scored a career 1,306 points, averaging over 20 points per game her senior season, while being selected as first-team all-sectional, regional, and all-state her senior season, and also being named an Indiana All-Star. At Butler, she was named all-newcomer team her freshman season. First team all-conference and all-defensive team at Butler as well. She was the head coach at Carmel from 2001 to 2004, an assistant with the Greyhounds in 00, which is 2000, and 01, and again from 2009 to 13. We present for induction Jennifer Marlowe Drudge.
Thank you to the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this honor, and congrats to my fellow inductees, especially my good friend Sheila McMillan Keller, who not only was a great player, but I've had the opportunity to coach youth basketball with her for the last 4 years, and she's exactly the type of person you'd want your kids to play for. I'm blessed to share this evening with some special people in my life. My brother Doug and my sister Katie are here tonight. Between the three of us, we have 33 varsity letters at Rushville. I have the least. So they're actually the better athletes, but I did get all the height in the family. My parents, Tim and Darlene, who are the most present parents and grandparents this world has known. Thank you for the countless sacrifices you made while we were growing up and continue to make for us. Thank you for never saying no to rebounding or taking us to the ball fields. And I thank God every day that you're my parents. My husband, Tim, who came into my life long after my playing days were over, but has always understood how important basketball is to me and has always fully supported me coaching, even when that means being away from home. Actually, maybe that is why he supports me coaching. My Hall of Fame high school basketball coach, Cinda Brown. Not only did you give me a dream, but you gave hundreds of girls a dream. You are the single biggest reason that I'm standing up here today, and no one in Rush County has touched more lives than Coach Brown. I'm humbled to be standing here today. All I ever wanted growing up was to be a Rushville Lady Lion and to win a state championship. Coach Brown had created a culture in Rush County where the community loved and supported girls basketball long before most of the rest of the state and certainly before the rest of the country got on board. I absolutely loved going to Lady Lion basketball camp when I was in elementary school. The summer of 1987 was an especially great camp. That summer, Coach Brown was the Indiana All-Star coach, and she brought the All-Star team to camp. I can still name most of the players on that team, including Terry Morin, who later recruited me and coached me at Butler. And Jane Calhoun, if you're in the building tonight, you rebounded for this 10-year-old on that day, and that's when the dream of being an Indiana All-Star also came to life. Throughout the years, so many people have poured time into me, including my travel basketball coaches, Bev Stahl and Pat McKee, who is here this evening, elementary and middle school coaches, and my elementary school principal, Mr. Mitchell, whom my dad convinced to give him a key to the school so that anytime the weather was bad, we could go in the gym and shoot. A quick story about how that key, Coach Brown, and my parents had a huge impact on my playing career. I grew from 5'7" to 5'10" between my freshman and sophomore year of high school. And while I had always been a guard, where the team needed me that year was in the post. So I may have grown to 5'10", but I was 15 years old, maybe 130 pounds, and really weak. So it was very early in the season in practice. Coach Brown had enough of me hitting the front of the rim every time I got a little bit of contact in the post. So she declares at practice one day that every time I catch the ball in the paint, I have to use the backboard or I'm coming out of the game. Well, I didn't want to come out of the game, and I certainly was not going to argue with Coach Brown. But I did go home after practice that night and vent at home for several minutes. After giving me a chance to vent, my dad looked at me and said, "It sounds like we better go to the gym in the morning and work on post moves." We went to the gym the next morning and nearly every morning that year at 5:45 and worked on post moves. We also went to the state finals as a team that year, and I scored a lot of points in the post over the course of the next 6 years. So, Coach Brown, thank you for pushing me to improve my game in order to help the team, and thank you for my parents for helping me instead of making excuses for me. I wanted to thank just a few more people. My college coach, June Okowski, who also cared more about us as people than as players. My high school and college teammates, I loved every minute of it. And to all of you that are sitting in the room tonight that have coached at any level, thank you for pouring time into kids. For a lot of people, basketball is just a game, but for some of us, it's much more than that. It's a place of belonging. It gives us a chance to learn how to deal with adversity, and it helps us not just accept, but to respect and to embrace people's differences. Basketball has given me far more than I ever dreamed of. Thank you.
At Notre Dame, they called her Ruth, 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 Ruth. Isn't that right? We called her Ruth Riley Hunter from North Miami High School. She was USA Today honorable mention, and first team All-State and holds the school record for rebounds per game per season and career, blocks in a season and career, along with points per game in a season and career. And I did games when she was early in her starting career, rather at North Miami High School. And I did want to make a comment that in the time she was there, she had 4 coaches in 4 years. She was certainly a self-made player. She was a 3-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, a 2-time Academic All-American at Notre Dame, won the NCAA Championship, where she averaged 18.7 points a game that year, was National Player of the Year, Final Four MVP, Naismith Player of the Year, NCAA Verizon Academic All-American of the Year, and Sports Illustrated Player of the Year. She was the 5th overall pick in the WNBA draft and MVP of the 2003 finals, becoming the first player to be MVP of the NCAA and WNBA finals. She was with the WNBA champions in 2003 and 2006 with the Detroit Shock, and inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2019. And in 2006, she was named to the ESPN.com's 25th greatest women's college basketball players, 25th in the last 25 years. She came from humble beginnings. She rose above it all. Her name is Ruth Riley Hunter. She cannot be here tonight. We have a video of her acceptance. Don't we have it? Okay. Okay, evidently we don't have the video. We apologize for that. I would have loved to have heard some of the things she would have said, but we'll go on. Another girl who played at Notre Dame and did a great job from the same type of area and really was very close to Ruth's school was Sheila McMillan Keller from Rochester. Sheila McMillan Keller of Rochester High School led the Rochester Zebras with a 28.2 points her senior season, which ranked number 2 in Indiana that year, earning her All-Conference, South Bend Area Player of the Year, Parade All-America, a Nike All-American, North-South All-Star, and member of the Indiana All-Star team her senior season. At the time of graduation, she held the all-time scoring record for boys and girls at Rochester with 1,696 points. She was a member of the Hall of Fame's 2020 Silver Anniversary team and named team captain, MVP, Francis Patrick O'Connor Award, and being named to the Big East All-Tourney and Academic All-Star team her senior season at Notre Dame University. She was also a participant in ESPN College Three-Point Championship. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Sheila McMillan Keller.
Thank you, Rita. To have you introduce me is an honor. When I played in high school, to have Rita call one of your basketball games on the radio was so special. I mean, her voice is just iconic on the radio, and I think I still have cassette tape recordings from games you called of mine, so thank you. Good evening. I am beyond honored to be here tonight celebrating with all of you. Congratulations to all of the inductees, and thank you to the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this recognition. To be inducted into this Hall of Fame in the great state of Indiana, where basketball rules, is truly special. I'm especially honored to be part of this Hall of Fame class because two teammates of mine are being inducted as well. Jennifer Drudge, who we were Indiana All-Star teammates together and were a great combo together as coaches for the Carmel Girls Youth Basketball Program, the Lady Pups, for the last 4 years. And Ruth Riley. I know Ruth couldn't be here tonight, but I'm so thankful I got to play with Ruth at Notre Dame for 2 years. I mean, who wouldn't want to be teammates with a player like Ruth? She drew so much attention in the paint that I could practically just camp out on the three-point line and wait for the ball to get kicked out to me. I'm so fortunate, though, I got to play with players like Jen and Ruth who were not only great players, but are even better people. As I've reflected on my basketball career, one of the first thoughts I had was that during my playing days, I had no idea that what I was doing would matter down the road. I had no idea that I was creating my legacy. I've most recently coached junior and high school girls, and that's something I've tried to pass on to them. That playing for your community and the school name on your jersey matters, that high school basketball matters, and that they can begin creating their legacy now. I am so proud to be a Zebra from Rochester High School, and I am forever grateful for the support that the entire community gave me. Many faithful Rochester supporters even became season ticket holders when I started at Notre Dame and continued to support the program well after I graduated. I have so much gratitude for what the game of basketball has done for me. I was blessed with great coaches and was able to play on a dream team of an AAU team for 4 summers in high school. My coaches at the time were former Purdue players and are now in this very Hall of Fame themselves. Michelle Joseph, Jennifer Jacoby, and current IU head coach Terry Morin. Yes, those were my summer basketball coaches. How lucky was I? And how life comes full circle as I now am in their shoes of passing on the knowledge of the game that I learned from them. I've always had so much passion for the game of basketball, and I'm so fortunate that I get to be a coach and give back to the game that has given me so much. I remember the fire I would get inside of me as a little girl whenever I could get a basketball in my hands and a court to shoot on. My parents were educators at Rochester High School, so I was always in the school, and I remember my daily after-school routine of arriving at the high school as an elementary student. I would get off the bus, sprint to my mom's classroom, throw my bag down, grab my ball, and hightail it to the gym to get shots up before high school practices started. My passion for basketball was so great that my dad even paved and converted half of his barn into an indoor basketball court with lights so I could fuel that fire even more. I know I don't possibly have enough time to thank everyone individually, but I would like to thank all of my family and friends and all of the teammates and coaches that I have played with and for at Rochester, through AAU, at Notre Dame, as well as coaches that I've coached with over the last several years. Thank you to my high school coach, Rob Malco, for being the coach that taught me the game. He is the reason I was able to progress as a player and play college basketball. Every day in practice, he stressed the fundamentals of the game, and he taught me how to mentally approach the game and how to have mental toughness. He taught me to never get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. When I reached the college level, I was prepared. I have found that a lot of what Coach Malco taught me is what I now pass on to players that I coach. So thank you, Coach Malco, and thank you for being here tonight. And thank you to my college coach, Muffet McGraw, for the opportunity to be a student athlete at the University of Notre Dame. I went to basketball camp the summer before my 7th grade year, and at the conclusion of camp, Coach McGraw asked to speak to me and my parents. You know, I was a little worried, as were my parents, that perhaps my roommates and I had gotten into some trouble. Maybe we left our dorm room a mess. You know, I wasn't sure. But instead, and thankfully, Coach McGraw said she was impressed with how I played during camp and would like to start recruiting me when the time came. I think my parents and I stood in shock for a few minutes. After Coach talked to us, I remember vividly walking rather quietly to the car, and as soon as the car door shut, my parents let out a shriek of excitement that I will never forget. This was a key point in my development as a player because it gave me the confidence that my dreams could become my reality. So thank you, Coach McGraw. I have several special people here tonight that I'm so grateful to have here with me. Their support means so much to me. I'd especially like to point out my immediate family that is seated right here in the front. My kids, Luke, Lauren, and Carly, are here, all of whom have been slightly brainwashed into making basketball their favorite sport. And my wonderful husband, Tu Keller, is here. I'm just so very appreciative of your love and support. Thank you. And finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out two most important and special people in my basketball journey that are not here tonight, that two people that would have absolutely relished this night, that would have been beaming all around the town of Rochester for the last several months, telling everyone about this honor. And those two people are my parents, Bill and Patricia McMillan. My parents are unfortunately no longer with us, but I trust that they are here in spirit. As I thought about this honor, I realized that they were the only people on my journey with me from when I fell in love with the game as a little girl to when I was playing on some of the biggest stages of college basketball and then moving on into the coaching world. My parents sacrificed so much for me to have opportunities to achieve my dreams of putting a ball in a basket, and I would not be here tonight without them. So I dedicate this very special honor to their memory. I am forever grateful. Thank you very much for this incredible honor and for this wonderful evening.
And on a personal note, it is a great honor for me to have been able to cover those games for both Ruth and for Sheila in the early days when it was so new that everything anybody did was exciting. And that look on girls' faces when they did something well was overwhelming because the boys never really quite had that. But the girls celebrated all their successes. And I know they still do in many ways. And that's really what we're all here to celebrate tonight. Coming up next, Diane Horace Metz from Roncalli High School. 1986 Indianapolis Stars City Athlete of the Year as a senior on Roncalli. She averaged 17 points, 12.5 rebounds a game, and were sectional, regional, and semi-state champions. She earned first team All-State, All-Metro, along with being Marion County Coaches of GSA Outstanding Senior Athlete. She was a member of the 2011 Silver Anniversary Team, along with being the Roncalli Athlete of the Year in 1996. In addition, she was also a standout volleyball player. Well, she was a three-time All-City and All-State Award winner. And she went on to play collegiate volleyball at Texas, IUPUI, and Indiana, where she holds a career record for most matches with 20 or more kills. Diane Horace Metz, inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight.
First off, thank you to the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this prestigious honor. I would like to congratulate my fellow inductees and the Silver Anniversary Team, as well as all others being recognized this evening. I am honored to be here and be amongst this great talent. The proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child," also holds true for an athlete. No athlete achieves success and great accomplishments on their own. I am thankful and honored to have had a community of family, coaches, teammates, and friends that helped me grow and develop, and am blessed that so many of them are here tonight, just as they were during my high school years. This is truly a shared honor and recognition because I would not be standing here this evening without each of them playing such a crucial role in my success. Most importantly, I would like to thank my parents, Bob and Della Harris. Thank you for being at every game and being my biggest supporters. And Dad, thank you for being the voice that I could always hear above the crowd yelling, "Use the backboard." Also, I'm so appreciative for the sacrifices that both of you made to send me to Roncalli High School. I could not have been more proud to wear the Roncalli uniform during my 4 years of high school, and am just as proud standing here tonight representing Roncalli. To my husband, Bob, thank you for letting me relive, as you call them, my glory days. And to our two amazing children, Megan and Kyle, you have enriched my life, as it is an honor and blessing to be your mom. Thank you to my brother Anthony and sister-in-law Jenny for being here tonight. I appreciate all the pickup games in the backyard. And to my best friend since college, Mary Jo, and my daughter's boyfriend, Preston, I am grateful for both of you being here and sharing this special night with our family. I was honored to play AAU and summer leagues with and against some of the state's top players. But the most fun was playing high school basketball and striving to win a state championship. During my 4 years of high school, I had the honor of amazing teammates and friends. I am blessed to have so many of them here tonight. Molly Albright, Pam Bauer, Angela Cooper, Lisa Doss, Gina Hansen, Tina Page, and a special guest, Julie. I'm going with Perry because I can't remember your married name. So thank you for being here. It truly means so much to me. We were also blessed to have great support from our Roncalli High School administration and staff. I would like to thank athletic directors Dave and Angie Toner for being here tonight and for all your hard work and dedication to high school athletics over the years. I would like to thank Chuck Weisenbach, Roncalli's president, for all of his support over the years. He was one of my biggest fans during high school and one of the first to congratulate me on this Hall of Fame honor. Another important part of my community was my many coaches throughout the years. I thank them all for making this honor a reality, but there are several that I would like to especially thank. First, Coach Diane Davis. Thank you for being that mean coach from St. Jude that saw the early potential in me and invested many hours working with me and developing my skills. You started out as my coach, but over the years, you have become my lifelong friend. Thank you for everything. To my high school volleyball coach, Kathy Shimbra, and her husband, Larry, thank you for being here tonight. Shimbra, I was honored to play for you and appreciate the critical role that you played in not only my high school athletic successes, but continuing to be a role model and friend throughout my adult life. Thank you to all my high school assistant basketball coaches, especially Coach Vic Som, for being here tonight. I appreciate all the time that you invested in me and working with all the big girls at practice. This night is magical as I am surrounded by most all the people who loved and supported me during my high school years. Unfortunately, we are missing two special people this evening. My high school coach, Bob Kirkhoff, and his wife, Susie. Although they are not able to be here, I know they are smiling down on us, and I am honored to have their family members here. Their daughter, Marnie Kirkhoff-Fay, who is also my teammate, and their son, Jeff Kirkhoff, and all of their families. Thank you so much for being here. Coach Kirkhoff was always more than a coach. He was a role model, a mentor, and a father figure to so many. So Coach Kirkhoff, I know you are so proud, and this night is so special as I now get to stand next to you in the Hall of Fame. I have saved the best for last, my sister Susan. Susan was 1 year ahead of me in high school, so we got to play basketball together for 3 years. Her senior year was the beginning of our outstanding run through the state tournament and helping put Roncalli girls basketball on the map. We were in the final game of sectionals, and I had fouled out. So with 4 seconds left in the game, Susan took the ball, drove to the basket, and falling to the floor, she threw it up, and as the ball came through, the buzzer sounded, giving Roncalli the sectional championship. The next morning, the headline in the Indianapolis newspaper read, "Sister Sue Unshakable." This has not only been true on the basketball court, but also in life. Susan has always been my role model, as she is the one that taught me how to compete, to hate to lose, and to understand what it takes to win. I don't think I scored a point outside the paint my first 3 years. Susan did all the hard work to get the ball inside to me and made me look good. It is not a coincidence that by the time we both graduated from Roncalli, she was the career assist leader and I was the career points leader. So Susan, thank you for all the great memories and moments on the court that have given me the opportunity to be standing here this evening. This would not have been possible without you. So to my village of family, coaches, teammates, and friends, we did it. We have been inducted into the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Thank you so much to all of you.
Charmonique Stallworth, South Bend, Washington. Interestingly enough, she brought a lot to Washington, and now Washington is doing a lot now as well. Absolutely. Charmonique South Bend Washington High School was on the 1992 historic South Bend Washington squad that was the first in school history to win a sectional when she averaged 26.3 points, 10.5 rebounds that season, earning her an Indiana All-Star along with being named to the 2017 Silver Anniversary team. Upon graduation, she attended Northern Illinois University, where she averaged 23.1 points per game her senior season, which is second highest in school history. She holds a school record of 19 baskets in one game and sits 10th on the career scoring list at Northern Illinois with 1,415 points in her career. Charmonique Stallworth.
Good evening. First and foremost, I thank God for the many blessings that I have received in my life, including the friends and family members that have traveled near and far tonight. Thank you to the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame and Women's Selection Committee for recognizing and selecting me for this special honor. Congratulations to my other fellow inductees, as well as to the 2023 Silver Anniversary team, the Center of Circle officials, and the state championship teams on your athletic recognitions and achievements. A special congratulations to Vamina Cooper, a friend of mine, and Lindsay Seacrest, whom I had the opportunity to coach at Northern Illinois University. I know that my South Bend Washington High School basketball coach, Jack Disler, is dancing in heaven and sharing many stories with anyone who will listen. He and assistant coach Jim Dembinski were my greatest advocates besides my family, and I am truly thankful and grateful for the unwavering support that I was given. I'd like to thank my college coaches, Jane Albright, Sue Semrau, Shelley Davis, Jonelle Polk, as well as, I had a bunch here, Liz Galloway McQuitter, Ethel Gregory, and Charlene Jackson, who are all legends of women basketball in their own right, and they played a fundamental part in the student athlete that I became while at Northern Illinois University. I won't jade you with the story of how it all began or ended. However, what I will leave you with is acknowledgement of all my friends and family that are here tonight to share in this special moment. So bear with me. Thank you to my family, who are my biggest fans still to this day. My mom, Charlie, my sister, Cindy, my brother, CJ, and my sister-in-law, Crystal. I'm sorry. Thank you to my nephews, John and Chandler, for spending your Saturday night here with me. Thank you to my best friend from South Bend, Adrian, for not only driving my mom down, but making endless trips to support me. Thank you to my good friend, Latara, whom I met while attending Northern Illinois University, for driving from the Northern Illinois area. I'd like to thank my brother's good friend, Greg, who is also my little brother, and his family for driving down from South Bend as well. A special thank you to my line sisters of the 42 Epic Pearls of the Indianapolis Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. I'm gonna thank all of you. Thank you, Anikra, Delisha, Latoya Black, Dominique, I did an ugly cry earlier already, Dana, Stacy, Tandy, Lois, Charnel, Joanna, Erica, Demia, and Terry. Thank you, Sands, for being here. Some of you were here with me in 2017 when we celebrated the Silver Anniversary Team honors. Thank you all again for being here tonight and for your continued support. Just a few more acknowledgments and I'll take my seat. I'd like to thank two of my good friends and colleagues that I met while working in Warren Township. I currently work in Lawrence Township as a special education teacher, but I want to thank Patricia and Maya for being here. And lastly, I'd like to thank my two Order of the Eastern Star sisters for being here, Tony and Aisha, who's also a soror. And thank you all, friends and family, for being here. You being here tonight means more to me than you will ever know. I love you all. And with that being said, congratulations to all being honored here tonight. Once again, thank you, Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Thank you to the Women's Selection Committee. God bless, and everyone have a good evening.
Thank you. Lisa Shepard Stidham, Richmond High School. 1997 Miss Basketball, an Indiana All-Star, Gatorade Player of the Year, Nike WBCA All-American, Parade All-American First Team while at Richmond. Lisa averaged 29.9 points per game while accumulating 132 rebounds, 80 assists, and 87 steals her senior year. She holds the career scoring record for boys or girls at Richmond High School with 2,140 career points. That's hard to beat. After graduation from Richmond, she went to Penn State University, where she was named to the Big Ten All-Freshman team, was named 3-time Academic All-Big Ten, and 2-time All-Big Ten honoree. Lisa is an assistant at North Central from 2011 to 2020, where they were the 2012 state champions. We present to you Lisa Shepard Stidham.
Well, good evening. My son has me on the clock over there. He has started it. So, but I do first want to say congratulations to all of the Silver Anniversary team members and my fellow inductees and other award winners. The amount of talent and knowledge that is on the stage this evening is really impressive. Thank you to the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this huge honor. I remember when Judy Warren called me to tell me that I was going to get inducted, and it was such a surreal moment for me. I grew up watching many of the previous inductees, including a special one, my sister, Stacy Shepard. And so when you get the call to say you're now going to be in the same category of all of these female greats that you grew up watching and idolizing and ones that had such amazing careers, it's a very emotional, overwhelming moment. There have obviously been so many influential people in my life, from my playing days at the local YMCA in Richmond to the Lunch Bunch crew to high school and Penn State and beyond. And so it's impossible for me to properly thank everyone, but for those of you that are here this evening, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You all are very special to me, and I'm extremely blessed to have such a supportive crew. I did not think I was going to get emotional, but gosh. I want to acknowledge two very important and special men that were a part of my life. And that's my dad, Glenn Shepard, and my papa, Bob Hyde. I know they are both watching from up above, beaming with pride and more than likely having a couple of cocktails. To my mom, Linda Shepard, thank you for the endless hours driving me to practices, camps, and games, working multiple jobs just to support my dreams. I appreciate all the times you drove out to Penn State and to my away games. And there's no way I will ever be able to pay you back, but just know I love you and thank you. Thank you to my sister, Stacy. I remember when Stacy was getting inducted a couple of years ago, she mentioned in her speech that she taught me everything she knew about basketball. So I think it's fair to say, job well done. You knew what you were doing. But in all seriousness, Stacy, thank you. You were my role model, my hero, and lifesaver growing up, always by my side.
And thank you for all the beat downs in the driveway. I would not be up here tonight if it wasn't for you. Thank you to all the coaches I had. There are a couple here this evening, Willie Turner and Ava Stewart. Thank you both for the impact you had on not only my career, but the woman that I am today. So thank you. To my table of girls back there, thank you to each and every single one of you. I was extremely lucky to have some of the most supportive teammates and friends throughout my career. And they say behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. So ladies, thank you for being my tribe. I love you all. To my kids, Kayla and Braden, you two are why I strive to be better every single day. Continue to dream big because anything is possible. Thank you to my husband, Aaron. He has always been my biggest fan and supporter. Aaron, thank you for always pushing me to be the best version of myself, being there for me, and sometimes believing in me more than I believe in myself. Again, this is truly a humbling moment, one that I am grateful for. And for me, it's not all about the points that were scored or the records or the championships that were won, but it's really about all of the adversity that I had to overcome, the life lessons, and then obviously the lifelong friends that I made, all from a game called basketball. So thank you very much.
Let's give all these honorees this evening a great round of applause. All right, as our final order of business, I thank you for being very attentive. I thank the Primo family. I thank our great women's committee at the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame for pulling off another great evening. And at this time, I would like our Hall of Fame inductees on the top row here to please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, as president of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome you into permanent enshrinement and induction into our hallowed halls in Newcastle, Indiana, as members of the 2023 class of inductees into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Thank you once again. This concludes our evening's festivities. Congratulations to our guests. Travel home safely, and I sincerely thank all of you for your continued support of our Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Good night.